Oh, we're excited for the game, the challenge. Obviously, Coach Shaw has kind of been the standard bearer for, having, elite level football and elite level academics. And we want to obviously be right in there in that conversation with them. But to be honest, Robbie, right now for our program in its infancy, it's going to be more about us. This is about our development, our progress, the things we need to work on to improve, to be the best versions of Vanderbilt. So though we're excited about playing against Stanford and we are invigorated for the challenge, it's not going to be bigger than, can we just show improvement from last week's game.
Teresa.
Clark, with that said, what's the challenge now of trying to build some momentum and build on some of the things that you did right and being able to get that win on the road on Saturday night?
Well, we need to focus on playing better in our stadium. That's going to be a point of emphasis this week. And then starting fast, as well as we played through the middle of the game on Saturday against Colorado State, we put ourselves in a hole that certainly, Colorado State made plays, but, we at times made it easy on them, and we have to do a better job executing on our base structures. It kind of goes back to the same conversation as week one. It's the detail early really cost us. I think what we had last week was the fighting spirit. So we were able to overcome that, and we found our detail and execution late. There were also some good adjustments made, but sometimes the best adjustments are just doing the fundamental things at a high level. And so we'll focus on starting fast and trying to get out of the gate with a better performance early. Again, the goal would be 4 quarters of dominant football, and until we find a level of consistency doing that, it's going to be hard to put really good teams away.
Since Joe Rexrode figured out how to use the raise the hand function, I'm going to call on you next, Joe.
That's because Teresa DM'd me. Thank you, Teresa. Clark, I think you mentioned after the game, that you liked what you had on the sideline and that sort of carried you through to the turnaround. But was there any, conversation moment on the sideline that helped sort of shift that game?
We had, put attention to the sideline in preparation. So that was something that, I was looking for, not in spurts, but as a sustained effort on the sideline. We have 11 players on the field. We have 87 that are not on the field. And so can the 87 that are not on the field be in full support and full force behind the ones that are on? So those were conversations had during the week. We assigned roles, and I felt like those roles were executed well. And so again, I don't know that it was any one point. I think that we celebrated the plays we made. I thought that we supported each other through the adversity. We kept a level of confidence. And in review of the film, there were plenty of times where you could point to a big play being made on the field and the sideline coming out to meet the defense coming off the field, or the celebration of a score. It was just it was a team effort, and looking to replicate that obviously this weekend.
Chris Lee.
Yeah, Clark, I've got an injury question with the follow-up, if you don't mind, please. First of all, I didn't see Ben Bresnahan on your depth chart, and I don't think Derek Green is there yet. I had a few more I wanted to get an update on, but those two first, if you don't mind, please.
Benny is day to day, so we gotta see how he responds, and we're uncertain about his availability right now. But he is going to see how he feels in practice and give it a go. Derek Green is not recovered yet, so he hasn't made his way into full participation yet.
Yeah, a few others. I don't think we saw Patrick Smith last week. He's on the depth chart again. Of course, you had Michael Warden go out late. And I think Malik Langham may have been banged up. He hasn't played a lot. Could you give us an update on those three, please?
Yep. Patrick Smith is absolutely part of the plans. We ended up playing 2 guys. The running backs compete during the week for the reps. And in week 1, Patrick was second, and he got some carries. Week 2, Rocco filled that role. Patrick brings a skill set that we want to use and we want to feature, and so he's going to be a part of the plan. Saturday was just about how the game shook out in terms of reps. Malik Langham's cleared to play. He's been dealing with more of a pain tolerance issue than anything else. So he's structurally fine. We have to get him to find confidence, and assuming he'll be going at it this week and ready to play on Saturday. And then with Michael Warden, no structural damage. It's a sprain. Sprains can be a challenge, and so we're going to see how he responds here early in the week. But we're unsure right now of his availability.
Aria, thanks for being patient. Go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. So just first, a quick clarification of which body part Michael Warden sprained.
His ankle.
Okay. And then also, so, even though, you guys won last week, it was kind of a continuation of the allowing big plays on defense, both against ETSU and Colorado State. So, what are some ways that you can that you're targeting to tamp down on that, before SEC play?
Well, it kind of goes back to the starting fast. I felt like we early in the game, particularly in the first two drives, there were a lot of structural issues. So, we're not leveraging the formation the right way, or maybe we're missing a key. And so what happens is twice in that drive, the first play of the game and maybe the third play, you had the tight end uncovered. One time in the flat where he got up the sideline, one time on an over where Anthony Orgy's kind of scrambling to pick up what was lost coverage at the line of scrimmage, was just an eye violation at the line, and kind of got picked off by the umpire, and they completed an over. Those were two big gains that he's a fine player, their tight end, but he's really good when you don't cover him, so that is about detail and structure. Those aren't hard things either. It's just, I think anytime you're dealing with what's new as a program, it's like there's a lot of learning that goes in to playing games. And you had a team that was in big personnel and using motions and condensed formations to create some challenges in terms of our eye discipline. And then to finish that first drive, we had an uncovered tailback in the flat. So again, that's an execution issue. And that's where we're putting our time and attention, just tightening up the details. I thought once we got going, the big plays weren't there for Colorado State. I mean, I thought we played more physically up front. And, once we settled into the game, I was really proud of how the defense responded. Thought Jesse and his staff did a good job making adjustments. But like I said to you, sometimes the best adjustments are anticipating what the offense is doing and doing a better job of executing your base. Late in the game, the play on the sideline to the tight end should have been, a double. It should have been doubled. So there should have been one on top, one underneath. We ended up leaving the corner on his own. He was a little tight in his coverage. And again, that's a structural breakdown. And that's not, execution is not a player issue. It's a coach issue first. And so, we look at how we're teaching that, how we can create a better understanding, how we can get the calls in sooner to settle the players down, things that we can do on our end to help facilitate the performance. So, obviously big plays, are killer to a defense, particularly big plays that score touchdowns. And so we have to, continue to grow comfort in our systems and schemes, and, address the areas where we have issues. And, I expect to be better in that respect this weekend.
Robbie, got another?
Clark, Ken said after the game on Saturday that, he was very focused on, he wanted the team to come out and have a good Monday practice and be focused rather than kind of rest on their laurels. So what did you see from the team yesterday? Did they have the response that you wanted?
They did. I mean, again, it's all teaching and learning, right? I mean, we dealt with just, incredible disappointment in result week one. And then obviously, we were all very excited after the game in week two. It's just, we got to make a decision whether our confidence is going to be tethered to result or whether it's going to be about process and about intentional preparation. And, Monday should be Monday, no matter the result on Saturday. And so this team, I thought, did a good job coming in focused on learning from the game on Saturday, and then obviously redirecting our attention to Stanford. And we were poor early in the week last week. I mean, and that was feedback that I gave to the team on Tuesday. And then honestly, again, on Thursday, we have to tighten down our preparation. If we want details to show up on Saturday, they have to be attended to early in the week. And so the thing I know about these guys is they care. They want this to be what they know it can be. And so they listen, and I fully expect to go out today and have a great practice. And again, to see some of the things that we can control, tighten down heading into the weekend.
Teresa.
Clark, I know you've been really busy focused on Vanderbilt. Have you had any chance to lift your head up as a former defensive coordinator and, some of the defenses, Georgia, Texas A&M, some of the D that's being played in the SEC already this year?
I haven't really. I mean, it's there's too much for me to do in my job, and I'm also, a work in progress myself. So there's a lot of learning on my end too. But I have seen some scores, and obviously, anytime good defense is being played, I'm a fan. But as far as looking at the nuances of the games, I haven't been able to do that.
Aria?
You kind of touched on this a little bit, but is there anything specifically that Stanford does as a program, that you think could be a model for Vanderbilt in terms of how to run, a successful football program at a very strong, academics focused school?
I've kind of said this before, but I admire the success that Coach Shaw has had there. I think every school, every program is different. To me, I think we have the potential for even greater heights here at Vanderbilt with Chancellor Dearmeyer and Candace Lee and Vandy United, and all the energy and excitement around this athletics department and this program. I think when you look at being a top 15 school and being in Nashville, Tennessee, and playing the SEC, that's a formula that doesn't exist anywhere else. And so, we don't want to be a copycat of anyone. We want to find our success, and we feel like as we find our success, which will take time, that there is no limit on what can be accomplished here.
Last one from Robbie.
Clark, it looked like Chase Lloyd got banged up a couple times, and you were kind of talking to him on the sideline. Is that still the shoulder? And how's he doing?
It's the shoulder, and he's doing well. And my conversations with Chase, it's just, again, it's this is about developing people and helping guide people through adversity. And Chase, has dealt with a lot of frustration to this point this season. He's cleared to go, and he was cleared to return in the game. And he's a tough kid, and he's working hard to strengthen that shoulder to be able to sustain performance. But we expect him to be ready to play on Saturday, and expect a great game from him.